In this video, you're going to learn the difference between the poker athlete and the poker gamer. Hey guys, my name is Adam Carmichael. I'm a mindset performance coach who helps poker players to reach that peak level of performance. Over the past few years, I've worked with hundreds of poker players in all different formats, and I've started to identify two very popular characteristics within the poker pool, and those are the poker athlete and the poker gamer. So the poker athlete, let me just define this first. These are people who came from a sporting background. Maybe they've played football to a high level, tennis, golf, any sport, but they came from some background where they've been competitive in a physical occupation. Now, some famous examples of this are Patrick Antonius, who was a former tennis player, Sam Trickett, who played football to a high level, and Patrick Leonard, who was an online MDT crusher, who also played football to a high level in his youth. So these poker players generally have certain characteristics that they use in order to propel them forward in their poker careers. So some of the key personality traits that athletes bring over into their poker careers are dedication, hard work, determination, drive, and always trying to improve, always trying to get to that next outcome. So having worked with players who used to be golfers, tennis players, footballers, I've noticed a lot of them have these similar attributes, these similar personality traits, which when they apply them from poker, from sport to poker, they have massive success with it. Now, some of their downsides are, two key downsides that I see. One is they always need to be getting good results. If they don't get good results, they very quickly start to lose motivation. And the second one is they have very negative self-talk. So they're generally their own biggest critic. They're always hard on themselves, which drives them forward, but that can be taken too far if they don't get in check. So those are the main ones of the athlete. Then you have the poker gamer. So these are players who have spent a long time playing computer games online, got very good at some of them, and then transitioned that skill set or their interest in games into the poker avenue, generally in the online felt, but there's examples of live players also. So some famous examples of this are Jungleman, Daniel Cates is a very good gamer. We have Nanonoko, PokerStars Pro for a long time, and Fido Halls. All those three have history of being gamers and playing a lot of games through their youth, and then they projected their interest into the poker avenue. So let's look at some of the characteristics that allow gamers to have success in poker. So some of the personality traits that allow gamers to have success in poker are that they're great problem solvers, they're competitive, they have a lot of endurance, they're fast thinkers, and they like challenges. They like solving problems and overcoming challenges. So once they apply those traits to poker, they're able to keep going longer than other people and have a lot of success once they're dedicated. Two of their most negative attributes that I've identified is that they're generally unorganized, generally go with the flow, play long hours, then crash and burn mentality. And they can also lose interest in poker quite quickly. When poker's fun, awesome, they'll keep going. When poker's not fun, they'll want to put it down and play other games. So these are some of the components of the gamer. So let's compare the two and see what they look like. So if you look at the poker athlete and the poker gamer, they have very different attributes, but in their own way, they're very built to be very good at poker. The athlete's more dedicated, hardworking, and driven, whereas the gamer's more competitive, fast thinking, analytical, good at solving problems, and when they apply those to poker, they can have a lot of success. So one thing I look at with the athlete and the gamer is what drives them. They have different motives for pursuing poker to a high level. So the poker athlete is generally driven by redemption. Redemption is one of their highest drives because they maybe failed in sport or didn't quite have that level of success that they wanted to as an athlete, as a golfer, as a footballer, as a tennis player, and they want to use poker as their redemption. This is, I'm going to show to myself and the world that I'm good at this. On the back of that, they want achievement. They want to achieve success in poker to show that they're very good, and the achievement leads to their ultimate aim, which is to have significance. They want to feel significant, that they're good at something, they're one of the best, and they were able to achieve success in something that sport didn't provide for them, or maybe it didn't quite fulfill them. So poker is their avenue to redeem themselves, have achievements, and become significant. The gamer on the other side has very different drives. They're generally driven by competition. They want to be competing with their friends, they want to be beating their friends, and they want to just be getting better at something. They also want acceptance, and they want to be part of a community. They want to be part of either online community, a community with their friends who are doing the same thing, but they want to be a part of something. They don't just want to play games independently, they want to feel part of a community where they feel accepted and they work towards something. So if you look at their attributes or their drives of wanting to be competitive and wanting to be part of a community, you can see how that links to getting good at something. You're trying to beat your friends, you're trying to always up the levels to get to that level of significance, and you're generally driven by intrinsic motivations. So the gamer is generally more intrinsically motivated by trying to get better at it, where the athlete's generally more extrinsically motivated. They're trying to get their motivation from the outcomes, where the gamer gets his motivation from the internal, from the pursuit itself, which is the most fun for him. Now, if you're a poker athlete, I've got 3 tips for you to take on board, which will help you to improve your performance even further. The first of those is to make sure you're always progressing. Create a systemized approach to poker where you're always making progress. Number 2 is always have big goals that you're aiming for. Sports people, athletes are generally driven by big outcomes, not incremental, so have big goals that you're aiming for. And the third one, improve your self-talk. I know yourself do your own harsh critic sometimes that drives you forward, but that can get out of control. You've got to learn to be kinder to yourself in order to keep making progress and not beat yourself up too hard. And if you're a poker gamer right now, I've got 3 bits of advice for you also. There's 3 things that you could do that would improve your performance significantly. The first of those is to become more organized. Schedule your time better. Be more professional. I know you play for the fun, but being more organized will allow you to get more out of your career. The second one is having clearer goals. Rather than just getting better, where are you trying to get to? Where's the end result? And getting clarity of the vision is super, super important. And the third of those is improving your lifestyle. Generally, you guys are the ones who eat the worst, go to bed the worst times, and don't have many good lifestyle factors, so you need to improve all of those. Exercise, diet, sleep, and that's really, really going to improve your performance. So if you guys enjoyed this video, I'd love to know if any of you are a poker athlete or a poker gamer. You could write athlete or gamer below. That'd be super interesting for me to find out which one you are, or if any other thing comes to mind which fits you even better. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the comment below, subscribe to my channel, plenty more content coming from me very soon.